Good evening, VB Nation. My name is Ryan and welcome to the channel. Now, as I record this video shortly after the market opens, we did get inflation data out this morning, hotter than expected, coming in at 3.5%, definitely putting a damper on the bulls this morning. The Dow Jones is down over 400 points. The NASDAQ, 150 points. All the major indices down at 1% or higher. Now, in tonight's presentation, I'm not going to try to captivate you with gloom and doom and market crash scenarios here where the bears take over. However, I do want to be realistic and make sure that we protect profits going forward. Now, the market has been on a run the last few months. I know a lot of people watching this video right now are up in a lot of their positions. Well, as I go through the VectorVest 7 software, I'm seeing some weakness throughout the broad market that I want to bring to your attention. So in tonight's presentation, we're going to go in the VectorVest software. I'm going to show you where I'm seeing weakness in the market. And on top of that, I'm going to show you 3 simple techniques to utilize to protect profits. That's right. We're going to go over some simple techniques to utilize as stops so that way you do not become an emotional investor. That's right. That's one of the biggest flaws people have when it comes to investing in the stock market, is letting their emotions take over and not being self-disciplined. So if this is something that you're interested in, stick around and let's get started. Now, as we jump into the VectorVest 7 system, we can see the market's just getting rocked today here. Look at this. As I said before, the Dow Jones currently down 435 points. The NASDAQ down 169 points. Even the VectorVest Composite, or the VVC, down 1.3% almost. So at no surprise, the color guard is bearish right now. We're 3 ticks into the red, and VectorVest is not going to advocate buying any stocks at this time. That's the main reason why I'm not giving you any fish. Well, in a way, this is a fish because this is going to help you when it comes to protecting profits and growing your portfolio in the long haul. Not every day is a good day to buy a stock, as the program clearly states here. Now, in the color guard, we do have 3 red lights across the board here. Now, my first warning I did want to give you when it comes to the market here is look at the confirmed down. We got a preliminary down signal flashing as of right now. It's not confirmed. It won't be confirmed until market close. As long as the VectorVest Composite remains at this price action or lower, we will remain in a confirmed down call. Now, my second reason to be cautious right now and potentially protect profits during this market volatility, if we look here, this is the market timing graph, and we're utilizing the DEW timing signal. Now, if you're a veteran of the VectorVest software, you're very familiar. A lot of investors and customers of ours utilize this program to properly time the markets. Now, the last preliminary up signal was given back on the 19th of January here. This was caused when price action went above that 30-day weighted moving average, and DPO, or detrended price oscillator, went back in a positive territory. Now, as far as this morning here, price action, we are below that 30-day weighted moving average, and the DPO just slipped into negative territory here at negative 0.07. Now, the down signal hasn't been given yet, but if these conditions do not change by the market's close today and price action remains below that 30-day weighted moving average and DPO remains in negative territory, a preliminary down signal will be given. So here's my third warning of the current market scenario that we're in right now, and protecting profits is key. As we take a look here, the graph right behind me, we got the SPY here. I've got a simple trend line here. For the last few months, price action has remained above this trend line here, showing a clear uptrend has occurred. However, over the past few trading sessions, we have broke to the downside of this trend line, and not just on the SPY. If we look at the VVC, or VectorVest Composite here, same scenario, price action breaking below this as of just a few trading days ago. Now, for those holding a lot of tech companies right now, especially semiconductors, if we take a look at the Qs, same scenario here, clear uptrend for the last several months. However, price action over the last few trading days just breaking below that trend line, showing that the bears are starting to take control. Now, here's CPI data since June of last year. That's right, our metrics for inflationary pressures. Now, if we take a look here, CPI data was well above 4% just about a year ago here. Now, if we take a look at this most recent report here as of last month, CPI data came in at 3.2%. However, the report this morning puts it at 3.5%, represented by this red dotted line here, since the data won't be in the software until this evening. Now, my big concern right now is that CPI data surpassed its previous swing high at 3.4%. So by definition now, inflation is actually trending higher with a higher high. Now, my first method for a stop is one of the most simple methods out there that can be utilized by investors. Now, that being said, it's a simple trend line, just as I drew on the major indices and the VectorVest composite just a moment ago. We have one here on AMD. You know, this trend line was formed. We have several touches here over the last few months here. However, price action did break below this trend line as about 2 weeks ago here, right around $180, currently sitting at $167. So utilizing a simple trend line can help you protect profits. Now, this does lead me to my second simple tip of how to protect profits. Now, that being said here, once the price action broke below this trend line here, we see the buy rating started to fade out, with hold ratings coming in and eventually taking over, showing that this upside momentum has been waning. Thus, if you are holding stocks with buy recommendations and have been for quite some time now, if you see those stocks start to alleviate those buy recommendations and go to holds, that is a good warning sign that your stock is losing that upside momentum. Now, my last tip is geared more towards technical traders here. Right now, we've got a chart of NVIDIA up and a 20-day exponential moving average. You can see price action staying above that 20-day exponential moving average, even finding as a level of support here. However, over the last trading week here, price action under some pressure and actually crossed below that 20-day exponential moving average, showing that upside momentum has been waning and the bears are starting to take control. Now, with the market rattled right now with inflation data just coming out a little hotter than expected, and with the Federal Reserve still deciding whether or not an interest rate cut will potentially happen later in the year, has investors on edge this morning. So I hope you found the information I showed you in the software. I saw some weakness along with those 3 techniques to utilize as effective stops to protect profits. Now, if you found this video informative, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, share this amongst your social circles so that way they can make some money too. Have a good night.
Hey VV Nation, do you have access to the VectorVest tool, the most powerful tool in the industry right now? No? Well, I'm going to give you an opportunity to take advantage of an outstanding deal. Simply go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. You can take advantage of VectorVest 30 days for $9.95. That's an outrageous price for a trial. So what do you get? Well, you get the opportunity to see how we have outperformed the S&P 500 by over 2,000% for the last 20 years. We'll go down and we can see that we track over 18,000 stocks globally and have access to analyzing those. And we've got 25 years of accurate market predictions. Yes, folks, we time the market. Simply, folks, all you have to do is go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. $9.95 for 30 days, and we offer a hassle-free refund. Folks, take advantage of it right now.